Top of the afternoon, everybody. Here I am outside of my home in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. It's 80 degrees. It's been sunny most of the day. A really very typical day in South Florida. Yet, all these past number of days and week or so has been anything but typical. Really starting in the middle, towards the end of last week, that's when everything started changing. All the sports, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL were suspended. March Madness, of all things, March Madness. I mean, how many sports fans and how many non-sports fans wait for March Madness and all the fun and craziness of it? The exhilarating victories and buzzer-beating shots. Done, canceled, over. And then came Friday. Email after email. School closure after school closure. Done. All of a sudden, life as we knew it was coming to a screeching halt. And kudos to my kids' schools who have made this virtual school, online schooling, amazing for them this week. Almost seemingly flawless. And it's been great for my kids. We've been very actively involved, and we've needed to figure out enough laptops and phones. Each kid has to have their own device, their own times to be on. But it's been unbelievable. But ultimately now, a week into this, malls are closing. Stores are closing. Life as we know it is no longer. People are being affected by this in all different ways. Unfortunately, people have contracted the coronavirus, and please God, they should all be healed quickly and speedily. Those that have not contracted it, with Hashem's help, should not get it. And people that have been affected financially, and some more than others, but all those that have been affected by it, or maybe not yet, shouldn't be, and those that have been should get back on their feet very quickly. And my mind's been racing, thinking about all different things. And I want to share with you one particular thought. And I'm going to share it with you within the context of the conversation that I had with a 12-year-old yesterday when I spoke with him on the phone. And I've been trying to take advantage of the technology that we've been given through WhatsApp calling and WhatsApp videoing and phone calls and Zoom and everything. And we've been trying our best to be able to put the technology to use as best as we can. So I was on the phone with the 12-year-old yesterday, and we were going to practice his Torah portion for his bar mitzvah, which is upcoming in about 10 months. But before that, I said, and I asked him the following question. I said, what have you been thinking about? This whole thing that's going on with the coronavirus. And he said, I can't wait until it's over. Because I can't play with my friends, can't play basketball, can't be entertained. I can't even watch sports. So I can't wait till it's over. So I joked with him. I said, well, what about missing school? He said, I don't like school. So I said, you know what? You know what's interesting? I've thought about different things, differently than what you just said. And he's like, yeah, because you're an adult. Adult lives are boring. So I said, well, that's not true. I mean, you could have all adults could have a lot of fun, even more fun than kids. We may have fun in different ways. But I said, I've been thinking about and self-introspecting about many different things. I want to share with you one thing. But before that, he stopped me. He said, is that what midlife crisis is all about? So I said, no. I said, I guess it could be. But in my case, it's not. I said, I've been trying to live a very fulfilling, meaningful life, spiritual life. And I said, well, when I self-introspect, I try to figure out how I could take the messages that I'm seeing around me and try to really bring it home where I could make it more meaningful and special for me and improve my own life. And I said, that's what I'm trying to do. So I asked him the following question. I said, when there's somebody, you're amongst a group of people, of friends, or even one person, if they do something good, or maybe something not so good, inappropriate, how does that affect you? He's like, it doesn't. I said, why? He said, because I didn't do it. They did it. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Good or bad. It was them. I said, I totally get that, Max. But I want to share with you something that I've really been thinking about, that I've really learned from the coronavirus. And that is that every single action that we do, good or bad, has an effect on the person next to us and the people around us. I said, we do something good, whether the person around us knows it or not, is involved with it or not involved with it. It has effect on that person. And same thing, something negative. We do something negative, it has effect on the person next to us, or on the group of people that are next to us. And you know what happens? Not only does that have an effect on them, but then they could spread that which had an effect on them to the next person, and to the next person, and to the next person, and throughout the world, thousands of miles away. And that, my friends, is something which I've been thinking about. What an awesome, awesome, inspiring lesson for us to take from something so devastating as this pandemic. That we can use this to learn something positive from it. Every single action that we do, not only does it affect us personally, but it affects each and every person that is around you when you do that action. When you do that positive action. You do a good deed, the people around them get affected positively. You do a mitzvah, people around you get affected positively. And not only do they get affected, but they could spread that to the next person, and to the next person, and to the next person. Where now, you know what we're doing? We're sharing positivity. So now, here we are. We're hunkered down in our homes, and we may be doing this for days, for weeks, and for months. Who knows? This is our new reality. We can't change the reality. What we could change is our actions. And we can change whether to fight the reality or to embrace the reality. And here we are, my friends. What an awesome opportunity to be able to affect ourselves and to be able to affect the people around us in such a positive way. Yeah, this could be trying times. Very easy to lose our patience when we're with family and with kids. But let's be cognizant and be aware of maybe some of the challenges that we may be facing, and try to really think about that and figure out, how can we become more patient? How could we be more positive? You know what? How could we even spend way more time with our family than maybe we've been doing the last many years? And for those that don't have families and you're not living with anybody per se, let's take advantage of the technology, whether it's through videos, Zoom, phone calls, that we could all stay connected and be connected. But for those that do have the families and do have spouses and children, realize that our actions that we do could have the most amazing effect on the people around us. And therefore, try our hardest to be the most positive, to be the best that we could possibly be. And with that, not only will we affect ourselves in a positive way, but the people around us will be affected by that as well. And now right now it's Friday afternoon coming into Shabbos. What an opportunity. We're going to have dinner together as a family. We're going to have lunch as a family. We're not running anywhere. Make this Shabbos a typical Friday night dinner. Make it into a Shabbos dinner. The lunch that we have tomorrow, make that into a Shabbos lunch. How do you do that? Just have to change a couple things. And you may be doing it already. But if you're not, make the blessing on the grape juice or wine. Have challah, have bread. Make the blessing on that. And you know what you're doing? You're turning the regular meal now into a Shabbos meal. And with that, I want to be able to just wish everybody the most amazing Shabbos. It should be an awesome Shabbos. It should be awesome weeks ahead for all of us. Please God, everybody should stay healthy, should be healthy. And I have no doubt that the more positive we are, the more positivity we exude, that everybody will get through this. And not just get through this. This will be an experience that will uplift us, uplift our own lives, uplift our own personal attributes to become better people. You know what happens when we become a better person? The people around us become better people as well. Have an awesome and amazing Shabbos.